All right. I'm doing a reading right here on solar eclipses. And first, my first objective in this reading was essentially to find out the effect that solar eclipses have. And we've got this weird shit where the moon is exactly the same size in the sky as the sun because the sun is 400 times bigger, but it's also 400 times farther away than the moon, so they line up perfectly, right? And all the astronomers say, well, that's quite a spectacular coincidence, but I don't really think that it's a coincidence, especially with all the other freaky shit that happens with the moon. So here, I've been kind of doing this reading slowly because it is hard to figure out what the fuck is going on in it. But the first two cards, and I'm just looking at what the eclipses do, right? So our root card is the Two of Cups, and the main card is the Lovers. And so both of these are about harmony and balance. It's like in the Two of Cups, I usually describe the Two of Cups as like the energy of a first date. No pressure or anything like that, just sort of letting the moment play out as it is. But it's a very harmonious moment. And in the Lovers, this is the more permanent version of that same energy. And I'm looking at these, and I mean, the thing that is really coming out is this balance between masculine and feminine, and the balance, I guess, between light and dark, right? And I mean, I guess when we're looking at a solar eclipse, when the moon blocks out the light from the sun, this makes sense on some level. But here is the thing: I do not believe that the solar eclipses are a coincidence because the moon is a freaky alien base and that shit was done on purpose. So I'm trying to find out what the hell is going on here. Now we have this balance between light and dark. All right. So as I pulled more cards on this, I put one on either side of the Lovers because this is our root card here. So I put one on either side of the Lovers, and we get the Seven of Wands and the Knight of Cups. Now, looking at these two, the Seven of Wands is about coming out of a restrictive area. Literally, it's the dark and scary forest, like coming out of darkness, right? So we have this energy that is coming out of darkness. And the Knight of Cups is about seeking, going outside of your normal comfort zone so you can seek sort of, some other energy that you're looking for. But if you put these together, we have something that comes out and seeks coming out of darkness during the total solar eclipse in that shadow. Now, I was in the total solar eclipse in 2017, and I was in Missouri during this time. And when there is even the tiniest little sliver of the sun that remains, it creates the conditions that I see in dreams that I know of as the shadow realm. So it basically reproduces the shadow realm on Earth right before all of the light is eclipsed, when there's just a tiny, tiny little sliver of sunlight. And there is an annual solar eclipse that is happening on October 14th, so like 2 weeks from today, and it will be visible in the southwest United States and down into Mexico. And that's the conditions that this thing is going to create. It's going to create shadow realm conditions because in this one, the moon is going to be on the far part of its orbit, and there's going to be a little bit of sunlight visible all around it. So the moon is going to be in there, but there's still going to be some sunlight shining around the edge of the moon. It'll look really fucking cool. But it's going to create shadow realm conditions. And as I was just thinking about you know, what I've experienced and what it could be, it, to me, and with the cards that are showing here, it looks like it is done on purpose. So shadow realm energy gets a chance to show up on the surface or something. I fucking am not entirely sure about that. So over here, I pulled a card on the Knight of Cups. And I was just trying to find out what the Knight of Cups was seeking. And what we get is the Six of Pentacles. So here the person is giving one of the pentacles to the ghost, right? And this looks like the Knight of Cups, like I would read the Knight of Cups as the ghost, seeking some sort of like an offering from higher up, from the surface world, right? And then I tried to find out what it was all for. And what we got was a Ten of Cups, which is the happy reunited family. Now, all of this basically says that even though it's kind of creepy, the fact that this occurrence offers like the shadow realm, quote unquote, to sort of rise, I guess, that it's absolutely necessary for balance and harmony. And the thing about what I call the shadow realm, I mean, it's there all the time. And it's not something that is bad, you know, it's just always there. It's the slightly slower or lower vibration, maybe just one step farther away from the sun than we are in this realm. But it's not evil, it's not a bad place at all. In fact, I think it's pretty cool. But all the cards are showing that this total solar eclipse, it creates some sort of balance or harmony that would otherwise somehow be fucked up, right? Now, let's just see. I'm going to pull a card here just to see the effect that it has on people. But the eclipses have probably been around longer than people, you know, as long as the moon has. But just looking at this, trying to find out what effect does this have on people. And we get two Knight cards. We have the Knight of Cups moving directly at the Knight of Pentacles. All right. So I guess maybe this creates the scenario of a meeting between different types of people. But the Knight of Pentacles is basically about pattern. It's about kind of staying in your lane, so to speak, and doing the same thing over and over. It's very structured. And the Knight of Cups is specifically about breaking pattern and getting out of your normal pattern and searching beyond that. I guess here, since the Knight of Cups did show up as part of this seeking from the shadow, right? It showed up earlier in the reading. So if we look at this as shadow realm energy, then it's like as that comes out, it gets to meet the Knight of Pentacles, which is just earthy based stuff. I guess that would be us, right? So maybe what it does for people is it allows people to meet with maybe their shadow realm counterpart, or it would make it easier to connect with energy or beings from that realm. That's interesting. So I guess now I'm going to try to see if I can pull a card on who made it this way, you know? What was the power or the energy that made the moon fit exactly as it does? And we get the world. Okay, I mean, I guess that was the Earth's decision, you know? And the Earth is not just a rock. The Earth has a spirit, a great spirit, you know? So I guess it wouldn't surprise me that the sentience of the planet or something sort of made this decision to bring the moon or to have it or fucking something. I don't know. If you have any other ideas on the world here, feel free to let me know. But of course, we do have the world serpent in the background, and that is a portal um, that is behind the mermaid in the world. But interesting stuff. So, if you are interested in connecting more to what at least I call the shadow realm, and it basically looks a lot like the regular place, like whatever place you're in. It looks a lot like that. Only the light is like dusk. So you can see stuff, but there's no direct sunlight. And a lot of times things will just be changed around a little bit. You've probably seen it in dreams, you've seen it in visions, but it's a fucking real place, right? And it's at least as big as this place is. It's just one step further removed from the sun. Anyway, if you are interested in connecting to that energy, we do have the annular, not annual, annular solar eclipse that is coming up on October 14th. So it might be a good time to make that connection. I'm just going to pull a card to see if there's anything that we can do if we want to facilitate that connection, if there is a tool to use or anything. So I've got two that kind of want to come out. Whoop. All right. We've got this Two of Swords, which is, again, light and dark, but the light and dark here is the same person. So I guess this would be sort of acknowledging the duality of yourself or something like that. Um, that makes sense in a vague way in my head right now. So maybe acknowledging this energy within you. And the other card we have coming out is the freaking Tower. Holy shit. So, wow. What do I get out of that? I mean, it looks like breaking, um, smashing something. Like, I guess, fucking breaking something to sort of honor this energy. I don't really know how this fits. I'm going to pull one more card on this tower because, like, what do we got going on here? Yeah, I mean, I would still say the same thing. The Eight of Pentacles is like craftsman energy. So this is almost like creating something to break during that if you want to honor this energy or whatever. Um, Now, I guess I am just going to pull a card because I'm sure that there are people that are fearful of this vibration. And let's see if there's anything that they can do to sort of protect themselves if that's what they're trying to do. And the three is just showing nurturing the things that you're trying to grow. So this is specifically growing things, nurturing energy. And here, this is about making something to break or breaking something. Fascinating. So that is what we have here. I would love to hear what you think about this. This has been my sleepless night thought train lately. I've just been thinking about eclipses, and it's like, what the fuck are they for? Like, what is going on? So out of this, I would love to hear what you think. And if you do have requests for reading topics, please hit up the Patreon page. And for as little as $5 a month, you can request topics for me to do, and I pretty much won't turn down any topics. So that's what we have for now, and peace.